20th वर्ष तक कर लिया था। कल क्या देखा था हमने, लिमिटेड यूनिवर्स। और यहाँ पे इसमें वर्ड्स देख लेता हूँ क्या क्या था इसमें। एक तो टू फिंगर शॉट पड़ रहा था रोप। देन जितना भी रोप था सारा उन्होंने इकट्ठा किया था। फिर अमीर हर बार दो फिंगर शॉट कर रहा था। एंड उन्होंने फाइनली बहुत लीवर किया लेकिन बन नहीं रहे थे, लेकिन फाइनली कृष्णा जो है ये अग्रीड। जो नेबरहुड की टोपियां थी वो लोग भी स्माइल कर रही थी, दे वर वाचिंग दैट फन। यहाँ पे सुखदेव गोस्वामी बोल रहे कि इवन baby gods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, they are under the control of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but यहाँ पे कृष्णा जो है उनका एक ट्रांसडेंटल फीचर है, attribute है, that he comes under the control of his devotees. Nityavashyata. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Goddess of Fortune, they can obtain ये जो mercy है ये उनको भी नहीं मिलता है जो यशोदा मैया को मिलता है। तो किया तक हमने किया। एनीथिंग आप लोग कल के डिस्कशन पे कुछ हाईलाइट? हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
या
This two-finger shot, which every time Mother Yashoda was trying, and that rope was always two-finger short.
या तो is this
Um,
question or a statement?
yeah, so the question is the two-finger shot uh, for us to understand what any significance in that point.
Uh, this I have heard that two finger denotes something, that two finger is one. If I'm not wrong, one finger is our endeavor and one finger is Krishna's mercy. Like that, it's say I not recollecting exactly, but yeah, I've heard in the past that it denote that two fingers denote that our endeavor and Krishna's mercy. Both is required because we saw ki how Yashoda Maiya is trying very hard, laboring very hard. Again, but then Krishna is already, anyway, he was already fine. He was not actually, it's waiting for Yashoda Maiya to put on so much of that. He is actually doing everything is for his pleasure, for devotee's pleasure. So, and we saw that how other gopis were relishing that. It was a very uh, nice pastime going on. But yeah, I have heard this that two finger denotes. I don't know the reference right now, but yeah.
Okay,
यही
Prabhu.
मैंने भी राधेश्याम प्रभु के लेक्चर में यही सुना था और क्लास में भी यही प्रेजेंट किया था फिर
क्लास में भी
यही बताया था उन्होंने राधेश्याम प्रभु ने।
ओके,
हम्म।
या हो सकता है समाचार या कमेंटेड लाइक। ओके, एनी अदर कमेंट्स क्वेश्चन? और कोई पॉइंट है यहाँ पे? लेट मी सी।
ये वो टू डू जो पॉइंट था ये वर्ड्स में टू डू थ्री टाइम्स. What was that point?
This was there are three negative pronouncements. No, no, no. And then because of it three times. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, now leave here. What is leave here? What was leave here? I remove that. Leave here. Obtain. Okay. ओके मतलब ये है कि न ही ब्रह्मा जी को न ही शिव जी को न ही लक्ष्मी जी को ये mercy मिला बट this is being received by Yashoda Maiya. This is what actually stressed here. कि one should understand that this is meant to create stress on effect. Uh, या इसका मतलब है कि यशोदा मैया का exalted position यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है उनका क्या पोजीशन है इवन ब्रह्मा जी को नहीं मिला दैट्स व्हाई ही इज मेंशनिंग लाइक दैट ही इज saying that कि ब्रह्मा जी को नहीं मिला शिव जी को भी नहीं मिला लक्ष्मी जी को भी नहीं मिला एंड यशोदा मैया इज गेटिंग दैट सो वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि ये कितना प्रेशियस है और यशोदा मैया का एग्जॉल्टेड पोजीशन भी पता चलता है ओके
Yes, thank you.
ओके ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय So we'll continue from 20th verse. Nayam sukhapo bhagavan dehinam gopika sutaha jnaninam chatma bhutanam yatha bhakti matamiha. No, not I am this sukha apa, very easily obtainable or an object of happiness. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dehinam, of persons in the bodily concept of life, especially the present. Gopika Sutta, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda. Yashoda. Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, is called Vasudeva. And as the son of Mother Yashoda, he is known as Krishna. Jnani Cha, and of the Jnanis who try to be free from material contact. Atma Bhutana, self-sufficient yogi. Yata, as Bhakti Matam of the devotees. Iha, this word. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service. But he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. यहाँ पे clearly आ रहा है कि Krishna is accessible to devotees who are engaged in spontaneous loving service, not to those who are striving for generally एक तो जो योगी ज्ञानी है वो कृष्ण को डायरेक्टली तो अप्रोच भी नहीं करते दे काइंड ऑफ मेडिटेट कि हाँ जो भी है हाईएस्ट उनका जो भी कॉन्सेप्शन है मे बी श्योर और नॉट श्योर they want to attain that highest perfection but and they do all kind of tapasya and austerities but it's he's not accessible that supreme truth absolute truth is not accessible to them even they are striving very hard for it. But somebody who is spontaneous love to Krishna is easily accessible. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda, is very easily available to devotees, but not to tapasvis, yogis, jnanis, and others who have a bodily concept of life. Although they may sometimes be called Shanta Bhaktas, real bhakti begins with dasyas. Hmm. So यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद इम्पोर्टेंट यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं कि they can be called bhaktas in the in Shanta Russia because they have a kind of accepting that there is higher reality, or maybe even though they are thinking, sometimes they may think that they can become one with that reality, or whatever, but they are in neutral rasa. They do not have developed any kind of feeling or सर्विस वाला जो भाव है that prominent, that is not there. तो यहाँ पे that's why Prabhupada is saying that real bhakti begins with dasya rasa. They can be sometimes be called shanta bhakta. So shanta is neutral. You don't like uh, you're just appreciating something. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajami mam vartmanu manushya partha sarvasah." As living entities, ये words बहुत important है actually, because this clears कि जैसे इस तरह से भगवान को अप्रोच करेंगे, कृष्णा भी accordingly gives reveals himself, he rewards the person जिस तरह से हम कृष्ण को अप्रोच करें. तो अगर हमारा जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इवन हमारे केस में भी हम देख सकते हैं ऐसा ही होता है. हमारी खुद की जो डीलिंग होती है लोगों के साथ उसमें भी हम देखते हैं ऐसा ही होता है. तो द वे पीपल अप्रोच अस उसके हिसाब से हम उनके साथ mostly we deal accordingly. If somebody is friendly and he's uh, and we could be trusted, then we also reveal to him, and accordingly we also reciprocate with him. And कोई बस ऊपर ऊपर से ही जैसे दोस्ती करके रखा है, तो we are also like that. तो वो सेम चीज यहाँ पे भगवान एक्चुअली भगवान बोल रहे हैं कि मैं भी नहीं, that I he said about himself that I reward them according. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pratha. बेसिकली कोई कुछ भी कर रहा है मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में या फिर भले ही कोई स्पिरिचुअल हो या ना हो, तो नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग कृष्णा इज ऑल्सो that is also known by Krishna. And since he does not, that Jivatma want to not accept Krishna's authority or want to reject Krishna. So accordingly, Krishna is reciprocating because our हमारा जो existence है ultimately it's depending on Krishna. We cannot do anything without Krishna. So even for rejecting Krishna and do what we want, that also has to be facilitated by Krishna. जो हमारा desire है to not accept Krishna and live like our own way, uh, by basically rebellion वाला जो है जो भी है. तो कृष्णा accordingly reciprocates. जैसे आपसे कोई कोई मतलब नहीं रखेगा, he wants to reject you, दुश्मनी रखना चाहेगा या जो भी है. या फिर जैसे माँ बाप है, बच्चे अगर भागना चाहते हैं, घर से नहीं रहना चाहते हैं, तो ठीक है, what father will do, he'll okay, he'll accordingly he'll also relate to. But yeah, we cannot exactly compare these two things because we are limited, Krishna is not limited. Krishna can, yeah, Krishna reciprocate accordingly. Everyone is seeking Krishna for he is the super soul of all individual souls. Everyone loves his body and wants to protect it because he is within the body as the soul. And everyone loves the soul because the soul is part and parcel of the super soul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his relationship with the super soul. तो ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट यहाँ पे आ रहा है. Everyone is seeking Krishna because he is the super soul of all individual souls. And we see that everyone loves his body and he wants to protect it because within the body there is soul. So that is what our identity is. That's why since आपका जो soul है, उसका जो consciousness है, ये body तक ही limited है. खुद हर एक की बॉडी तक जो भी वहीं तक लिमिटेड है, उसके बियॉन्ड उसका कॉन्शियसनेस है ही नहीं, तो उतना एरिया को प्रोटेक्ट करना चाहता है, उसमें ही इंटरेस्ट है। बट वो किस लिए है? बिकॉज दैट सोल इज देयर, एंड दैट सोल इज एक्चुअली पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ सुपर सोल। So therefore, connection is there with super soul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his relationship with the super soul. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Veda, so भले ही हमको, तो basically भले ही हमको मालूम हो या ना मालूम हो, but actually we are looking for Krishna. Even the source of our love for ourselves is also Krishna, because ultimately soul का existence जो है बिना कृष्ण के है ही नहीं. So ultimately you love your soul, yourself. That is also part and parcel of Krishna. So ultimately has its our love for ourselves has its source in love for Krishna. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Vedaista Sarvaya Aham Eva Vedya. By all the Vedas, it is I who am to be known. Therefore, the karmis, jnanis, yogis, and saintly persons are all seeking Krishna. But by following in the footsteps of devotees who are in direct relationship with Krishna, especially the inhabitants of Vrindavan, one can reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. तो पॉइंट यहाँ पे आता है, हर कोई कृष्ण से एसोसिएट कर रहा है, चाहे वो एथीस्ट हो, चाहे वो इवन योर इंटरेक्शन विद मटेरियल वर्ल्ड इज आल्सो interacting with Krishna. So point is that how to reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. So that supreme position of associating with Krishna is possible when we approach him in devotion. So as it is said, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam nagachati. Krishna does not leave Vrindavan even for a moment. The Vrindavan Vasi, Mother Yashoda, Krishna's friends and Krishna's conjugal lovers, the younger gopis with whom he dances, have very intimate relationships with Krishna. And if one follows in the footsteps of these devotees, Krishna is available. Although the Nitya Siddha expansions of Krishna always remain with Krishna, if those engaged in sadhana siddhi follows in footsteps of Krishna's Nitya Siddha associate, such sadhana siddhas also can easily attain Krishna without difficulty. तो यहाँ पे दो टर्म आ रहा है, नित्य सिद्ध एंड साधना सिद्ध. So nitya siddha are those who are eternally liberated. They do not exercise misuse of their independence. They are they are basically nice citizens. I mean, like यहाँ पे we are हम लोग मुंबई में रह रहे हैं. तो कुछ मोस्ट ऑफ द सिटीजन जो है वो सही है, वो कुछ गलत गड़बड़ नहीं कर रहे, क्राइम नहीं कर रहे. बट कुछ लोग जो है वो क्राइम करते हैं, उनको जेल में डाला जाता है, बट देन दे अगेन also get a chance to revive themselves, reform themselves, and again lead a normal life. Just giving an example. बट हाँ, तो नित्य सिद्ध जो है वो अपने इंडिपेंडेंस का मिसयूज नहीं करते हैं, बट साधना सिद्ध जो है वो कैटेगरी के जीवात्मा है जो कि दे आर marginal, they tatastha shakti, they choose between Krishna or and his external energy. तो तो जो अभी यहाँ पे है, for example, rotting in this material world because of our misuse of independence, so they have to perfect themselves by their sadhana, and how they can perfect by following in the footsteps of Nitya Siddhas, and then they can easily attain Krishna without difficulty. But these are those who are attached to bodily concepts of life. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, for example, have very prestigious positions, and and thus they have the sense of being very exalted Ishwaras. Since अभी जैसे गवर्नमेंट इन इंडिया कंट्री दे लो तो जो रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन्स हैं जो बहुत ही एग्जॉल्टेड पोजीशन पे है तो उनको कंट्रोलरशिप दे दी जाती है बिकॉज दे विल नॉट मिस यूज उन पे ट्रस्ट किया जा सकता है somebody who is responsible उनको ही उसके हिसाब से उसको जो भी है अ, जिम्मेदारी मिल जाएगी कि हाँ ठीक है तुम ये देख लो तुम ये संभाल लो सिमिलरली दोज जीवात्मा जो दोज आर हु आर इन वेरी एग्जॉल्टेड पोजीशन they get that position of Ishwara, exalted Ishwara. Ishwara means what? Controller. So they have very good amount of controllership. So we see that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are also like almost like controller, and they are in fact termed as Guna Avatar. In other words, because Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are Guna Avatars and have exalted position, they have some small sense of being like Krishna. Hmm. But the pure devotees who inhabit Vrindavan do not possess any bodily conception. यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद लिख रहे हैं कि even Shiva and Brahma, since they are in Guna Avatar, they are in a very exalted position, they have small sense of being like Krishna because they have that controllership. So uh, they have that small sense of being like Krishna. तो उनका पोजीशन जो है यहाँ पे एक्चुअली यहाँ पे पिछले वर्ष में भी हमने देखा था कि वो कंपैरिजन हो रही थी यशोदा में या कि ब्रह्मा जी से और शिव जी से even Brahma or Shiva is not getting that mercy which Yashoda is getting. Uh, but यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि they have that small sense of being like Krishna. But the pure devotee who inhabit Vrindavan do not possess any bodily conception. They are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord in sublime affection, prema. So उनका जो प्रेम है, that is of higher category than Lord Shiva's, although he is the topmost Vaishnava, but still यहाँ पे comparison किया जा रहा है कि गोपियों का जो love है, that is even higher. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended prema pumartho mahan. The highest perfection of life is prema, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So prema is the highest perfection of life is prema, pure love in relationship with Krishna. And Mother Yashoda appears to be the topmost of devotees who have attained this perfection. So basically, all these are given to highlight what is the position of Yashoda Mai. All this Leela, which looks like ordinary, यहाँ ठीक है बच्चा बदमाशी कर रहा है उसको माँ जो है बांध रही है what's so great about that? But this shows position of Yashoda Mai. This shows position of a devotee. Okay, any comments here, questions here? I see, we'll see Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you for joining. Any comments you
Krishna,
would like
thank
to
you for
make here, Prabhu?
accepting.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Thank you for accepting.
Accepting means
हाँ मैं ज्वाइन किया था एक्सेप्ट किया था ना मीटिंग के अंदर
मैं
ज्वाइन होने के लिए
क्या इतना डेयर कर सकता हूँ कि अब भी मैं रिजेक्ट करूँ ना
कृष्णा कृष्णा आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो
नहीं तो ठीक है any question anything would you would like to add Prabhu or anyone have any question
नो
because ये सब काफी exalted topics है and that's why I'm just trying to read a little bit of my feeble understanding. Just trying. ठीक है. Okay, then we can proceed if किसी को कुछ comment नहीं है question. Hare Krishna. Anybody have anything?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir. So,
Prabhu, this prema pumartho mahan. Uh,
yes.
so this is the highest perfection of life, pure love in relationship with Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone in the material world who is not a pure devotee, that means is having even a guna avatars have some sense of controllership. Then how to understand that even though it may be a comparison with Mother Yashoda, the exalted positions of even the demigods like Brahma and Shiva, who are, at least in this understanding that in this universe, the four-headed Brahma is a pure devotee. And what is the meaning of, besides, if one is not a pure devotee, that means there is always some sense of controllership from the topmost Brahma to anybody, this world.
Sorry, आपका question क्या है? The Brahma. I lost it actually in the last part. Can you please repeat?
The question is how is this Prema Pumartha Mahan
Mm-hmm.
understood when everyone in this material world, including Brahma, is also having some sense of controllership.
Mm-hmm.
And though we also know that the Brahma of this universe is a four-headed Brahma, is a pure devotee because we are coming in that disciplic succession.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, in one sense, there is a sense of controllership even for Brahma then, in in one way, being in this material world.
Mm-hmm. So, what is the question?
The question is then what to understand. Like everybody in this material world will be having controllership, except a pure devotee, and then he's also a pure devotee, Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. They are pure Vaishnavas. So, in what sense, how can we understand this Prema Pumartha Mahan then?
यहाँ पे basically यहाँ पे जो लिखा है actually obviously we know Shiva is Param Vaishnava and we say about this present Brahma also that he's a devotee. But यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि in relation to the वृंदावन वाले जो यहाँ पे devotees हैं, उनके comparison में उनकी position बताया जा रहा है कि since they are controller they have this they are they are pure devotees that is fine but they यहाँ पे आ रहा है they have small sense of being like Krishna because they are in the position of that controllership. तो ये जो कृष्णा के साथ जो एक्सचेंज हो रहा है रिलेशनशिप जो हो रहा है वो इवन हायर देन somebody is in that position of controllership उससे भी बेटर पोजीशन है to be in जिस जहाँ पे कृष्ण के साथ इतना इंटीमेट फीलिंग्स हो रहा है so it is not actually to belittle the position of Brahma and Shiva, yeah, but rather it's other way around to glorify the position of devotees, the intimate devotees who are, I mean, dealing with Krishna directly. उसके बारे में actually आप clarification है who are in pure love and relation. Like we hear about Shivji ka wo, that he also wanted to participate in Rasa Leelas and then उनको भी गोपी ही फीमेल फॉर्म लेना पड़ा लेना मतलब अलाउड नहीं था मतलब मेल फॉर्म में and he had to take female form मतलब बेसिकली उनको और then that's in that form only is known as Gopeshwar Mahadev. So because in his form as Shiva he's again he's obviously he's acting as bit of controllership है उनके पास but to have that kind of feeling with Krishna he had to again get into the form of Gopi. So we see that Shiva also got access to that Rasa Leela. So in that way we can say obviously Shiva is also is a great, and in fact he's the Gopeshwar. He's the best among gopis as a or Gopeshwar to be Gopi who have top forever. So it's a very difficult thing to, I mean, uh, I'm not much qualified to talk on this, but yeah, ये जो अभी मुझे समझ में आया, I have told you. Maybe Tulsi Prabhu, you would like to add on this. Hare Krishna, you there, Prabhu?
कृष्णा पहला मुझे क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया था मुझे कुछ ऐड करने के लिए
क्वेश्चन उनका है कि ब्रह्मा और शिवा जो है दे आर प्योर डिवोटीज एंड
राइट
but here it is said that Prema is highest, and then Brahma and Shiva they are pure devotees, but they यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि they have this sense of controllership. So how to understand basically this? Then what was the final
what do you mean
question?
by they have sense of controllership
Sorry, Prema, just
what do
repeat.
you mean by they have sense of controllership
What do you mean by sense of controllership? Controllership means यहाँ पे आ रहा है that
नहीं नहीं
they
the thing
act
is
as Ishwara, they act as Ishwara, they act as controller. They
hmm?
within this entire universe, they act as
Yeah, they are in
controller.
prestigious position.
Sorry.
Okay, now try to understand. The Gunavtaras here mentioned, or there are basically three Gunavtaras Vishnu,
Mm-hmm.
Shiva, and Brahma.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, who had the position or who are in a position to take care of the three gunas, basically Tamo, Rajo, and Sattva? And at the same point of time, उन लोग का जो both gunas के अनुसार, so creation, preservation, and destruction, which is divided. That is something which is more of addressed where they are having control or it's their main administrative activity. It doesn't
So
mean
here these
that they do
Gunavatars.
not worship the Lord. Yeah, please go ahead, Krishna.
Yeah. So sorry, Premanand Prabhu, आपका
Krishna,
question क्या था end में? Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the question was that, as Tulsi Prabhu pointed out, that they do not worship the law. They do worship the Lord. It's not that they do not worship.
हाँ, that's
Uh,
what वो तो है ही clear
yeah,
that they
that
are
has,
also devotees.
yes, they are also devotees and they have got that role of creation, preservation, and destruction. Uh, but then there is a special position for then in this verse, the Vrindavan Vasis or the devotees of Vrindavan are still in a
mm,
different
mm,
positions than these avatars. And the
coming
avatars
up.
also
The
change,
reason
right? The
is
avatars change. Brahma,
because
Shiva also change. Do they change positions like post being in the material world?
no, Shiva doesn't change. Shiva doesn't change. Krishna, Shiva is not a post. Only Brahma is a post.
Yeah.
Right. Shiva is not a post. Only Brahma is a post. Is it clear, Krishna?
Yeah, so Shivji is always staying here in his role
Krishna.
as Shivji.
नहीं, सुनना शिव तत्व is completely different. जैसे शिवा लोक में, so for example, you look at Goloka, right? Which is in spiritual plane. Krishna.
Spiritual world, yeah. Goloka in spiritual world.
कृष्णा सुनाई दे रहा है
Yes, we
या
can hear
सुनाई दे
you,
रहा है ना या
Prabhu.
फिर
I
कुछ
think
लेटेंसी
you
है
can. Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you. I think you are not able to hear us. Maybe there is a lag or whatever.
ना आई कैन हियर यू
Okay.
ओके, शिवा का है ना। द थिंग इज, अभी जो कृष्णा जो गोलोका है, गोलोका के नीचे जो लेफ्ट एंड राइट साइड में और दो लोका है नीचे। वन इज वैकुंठ, विच इज लेड बाय नारायण, द ओरिजिनल नारायण, जो श्री संप्रदाय में जो पूजा करता है ना नारायण का एज देयर प्रिमिवल डिटी, दैट इज नारायण। और एक लेफ्ट साइड में एक रहता है आपका शिवलोक। सो वेयर शिवा इज देयर, एंड स्पिरिचुअल प्लेन के नीचे विराजा नदी के ऊपर आपको रहता है महाविष्णु। सो महाविष्णु से हर ब्रेथ में एंड ऑल स्टफ, हर रोटे में, द थिंग इज यू डू हैव एन नंबर ऑफ मटेरियल यूनिवर्सेस रिसाइडिंग। और ये यूनिवर्स के अंदर, let's say the Vishnu expands. At the same point of time, in every universe, Shiva expands. The Shiva who is in spiritual plane, he expands. मतलब ओरिजिनल शिवा का अंश है ये सब जो भी है। समझ में आ रहा है कृष्णा?
Yeah, yes, getting the understanding. Please continue, Prabhu.
ओके, जो
Yeah.
जो ये शिवा जो मिडिल यूनिवर्स में है, या फिर जो विष्णु जो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, गर्भोदकसाई विष्णु एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, राइट? सिर्फ गर्भोदकसाई विष्णु एंड शिवा जो दोनों हैं, दे आर नॉट जीवास। बाकी सब जन हैं, दे आर जीवास।
नहीं तो
इज
यहाँ
इट
पे जो
क्लियर?
क्वेश्चन
और ये
यहाँ पे
जो हमारा
क्वेश्चन
ब्रह्मा है ना,
यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है, एक मिनट।
कमिंग अप कमिंग अप।
सॉरी, ओके ठीक है।
हम्म।
मेरा यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन है,
नहीं,
यहाँ पे जो शिवा
एक
मेंशन
मिनट,
है।
ये कंप्लीट करने दो।
ओके ओके।
हम्म। नहीं नहीं, बोलना बोलना बोलना, जो शिवा मेंशन है बोलना।
तो इज इट टॉकिंग अबाउट, बिकॉज यहाँ पे आ रहा है दैट ब्रह्मा एंड शिवा का जो पोजीशन है यहाँ पे, ऑल्सो दे आर बीइंग, they have this sense of Ishwara, and but this Vrindavan ke jo devotee
सो
hai,
दैट
their
इज,
position is, that is their position is even higher than these, higher than Brahma and Shiva. So this Shiva, or jo bhi which we are, which is a अंश of actual Shiva Sadashiv. So even जो सदाशिव
हाँ,
है, मतलब
ओके
वो भी,
ना,
they are, he is also उनका पोजीशन भी लोअर है गोपियों से। I mean, just
नहीं,
ask.
मैं वही मैं बोलता हूँ, द थिंग इज इट्स नॉट लोअर, इट्स नॉट लोअर। बट क्या होता है कि जो शिवा है ना, he consider himself low when compared with the other devotees of the Lord.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
consider
obviously.
himself low। जो भी कोई भक्त है,
Uh,
सो वो बोलता है कि आप ही बड़े भक्त हो। जैसा वो एक बार नारद मुनि
mm,
पूछता है, नारद मुनि पूछता है तो शिव जी बोलता है कि यार, आई एम नॉट द डियर मोस्ट टू कृष्णा, कृष्णा का डियर मोस्ट है
mm,
गोपिया, कृष्णा का डियर मोस्ट
mm,
है प्रहलाद, कृष्णा का डियर मोस्ट है योर सेल्फ, टू नारद मुनि,
mm.
राइट? आई एम नॉट द डियर मोस्ट, दैट हिज वे ऑफ स्टेटिंग इट,
Yeah,
इवन दो ही इज द मोस्ट
there is
परम
no,
वैष्णव, है ना?
there is no rivalry.
He
There is no
states it,
rivalry. Yeah, there is no rivalry as such,
yeah,
competition as
he
such.
states that, huh, he states it. Now try to understand the rasa in which Shiva lives. Try to understand the rasa in which Shiva lives is different from other rasas. He doesn't live in the prema rasa. समझ में आ रहा है ना?
What rasa is
प्रेम
that?
भाव में नहीं है शिव जी।
What rasa is he is that?
तो जैसे गोपिया का, गोपिया को जो प्रेमा एंड ऑल स्टफ है ना,
Uh-huh.
गोपिया का जो रस है प्रेम रस, है ना? शिव जी का
Uh,
प्रेम रस नहीं है। शिव
नहीं,
जी का
मस्त.
दो टाइप ऑफ रसस है।
Okay.
कृष्णा,
Yeah, I can hear you, Prabhu. We can hear you.
अभी सुनाई दे रहा है?
Yes,
ओके,
yes, we can hear
सो
you.
शिव जी है ना, वन ही इज इनटू दास्य रस, द वन ही
कौन
इज
सा
इनटू
rasa?
दास्य रस फर्स्ट।
Okay, okay,
दास्य दास्य।
okay.
सो मेजॉरिटी पोर्शन ऑफ द टाइम ही लिव्स इन द दास्य रस, right? Majority
Mhm.
portion of the time he lives in Dasya Rasa. And second rasa is as of जो Vatsalya type. Not complete
Mhm.
Vatsalya as well, but family relations type. सेकंड वन क्या है?
Fifth Vatsalya
फैमिली
because of
रिलेशंस का
protection.
जो है वो है.
Yeah.
हाँ, सेकंड वन इज वो फैमिली रिलेशंस का जो भी है वो है, राइट.
Mhm.
थर्ड, ओनली इन इज फॉर्म एज गोपेश्वर महादेव. ओनली
Yeah.
इन इज फॉर्म एज गोपेश्वर महादेव. He is into that particular rasa of gopis.
Mhm. So basically,
No, because
he has
basically Shiva, yeah, he has, but the role he is playing currently is not as Gopeshwar.
yeah.
Are you getting it?
Mhm.
The role he is playing
Yeah. Yeah.
currently is
So
not as Gopeshwar. That is the
yeah.
reason हम लोग बोलता है जो गोपियां है ना उन लोग का भाव सबसे ज्यादा है करके.
Yeah. So
It's
he
as
has.
of जो फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई भी चीफ मिनिस्टर होने दो, बीवी के सामने
Yeah.
गुलामी है ना,
Mhm.
तो ये नहीं बोल सकता है कि यार चीफ मिनिस्टर का पोस्ट कम है करके.
Yeah.
आई मीन द अदर वे अराउंड, राइट. ये गुलामी
Yeah.
करता है चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं है करके, ऐसा नहीं है ना. सो बेस्ड
Uh,
ऑन व्हाट रोल ही डज एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, दैट इज द इंडिकेशन. हम लोग शिवा बोले तो शिवा का जो इधर शिवा का बात कर रहा है, गोपेश्वर का नहीं. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड.
हाँ इधर इधर शिवा की बात हो
इधर
रही
जो
है इधर.
बात हो रहा है शिव जी का.
हाँ इधर शिवा की बात हो रही है. So
तो
basically Shiv
शिव
also
जी
has
का
access to
उनका
that.
वो, yeah, the thing is in the form of Gopeshwar he has access,
Yeah.
right. समझ में आया कृष्ण यहाँ. और दूसरी बात, ये जो ब्रह्मा है ना, जो अभी
Mhm.
हमारा ब्रह्मा,
Yeah.
पंचमुख ब्रह्मा, नाउ हु बिकेम चतुर्मुख ब्रह्मा.
Uh,
जो चतुर्मुख ब्रह्मा तपस्या करता है, बिकॉज ये ब्रह्म से पहले बहुत ब्रह्मा लोग दे हैव फॉलन डाउन. वी शुड
mhm.
नॉट से फॉलन डाउन, बट they got attracted to their material world, and they have taken a number of lives. So ये जो
Mhm.
ब्रह्मा है, सो ही तपस्या करने के बाद, he had performed तपस्या for more than 1,000 years. This particular ब्रह्मा तपस्या करने के बाद कृष्ण से वरदान लिया that he will not fall down.
Mhm.
So ऐसा ये जो किया था, in that way he became exalted devotee.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
this Brahma still his bhav is not into gopi bhav.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
He is not into gopi bhav. और इधर जो बोल रहे हैं वो पोजीशन में वो रोल करने के टाइम पे उन लोग के रोल के कंपैरिजन से गोपी भाव इज मच हायर.
Yeah.
राइट कृष्ण या?
Yeah. So basically, yeah. General in general, Shiva does not exhibit that Gopi Bhav, but he has access to that. And yeah, that's why it is mentioned here that
यप.
position of Gopis, Prema, that Prema Bhav jo hai, that is of highest category in relation to Krishna. And that is
यप.
possessed by Vrindavan Vasi. Okay. Thank you,
यप.
Prabhu.
बिकॉज वृंदावन वासीज ऑलवेज ट्राई टू सर्व अकॉर्डिंगली. बट उनका
Yeah,
क्वेश्चन का आंसर सॉल्व हुआ क्या? कौन पूछा था ये कृष्ण या?
Premanand Prabhu.
Yes, very
उनका
nectarian both
आंसर हो गया क्या?
discussion. Yes, yes, enlightening, very enlightening. दोनों points clear है about Shiva, Brahma, and the whole explanation about how things are working in according to this context of the verse. And yeah, this question, thank you, Prabhu. It's very clear. Yes.
Okay.
कृष्ण या.
So we'll move ahead. Thank you, Prabhu. So we'll move ahead. Krishnastu brihat Vityeshu व्यक्रायां मातरि मातरि प्रभु Rakshit Arjuna Purvam Vyakau Dhanda Dhandat Majau Dhandat Majau. Krishna's too, in the meantime, behave with Yeshu in engagement in household affairs. Vyagrayam, very busy, Matavi, when his mother, Prabhu, the Lord, Adrakshit, observed Arjuna, twin Arjuna trees, Purvam before him, Guhyakau, which in a former millennium had been demigods, Dhanada Atmajau, the sons of Kuvera, the treasure of the demigods. While Mother Yashoda was very busy with household affairs, the Supreme Lord Krishna observed twin trees known as Yamala Arjuna, which in a former millennium had been the demigods, demigod sons of Kuvera. So, yeah, Krishna is Krishna को बांध दिया है and Krishna is actually observing this Yamala Arjuna twin tree जो उनके courtyard में था. Okay, so we can move ahead. पूरा नारद शापेन वृक्ष वृक्षतां प्रापितो मदात् नल नलकुवरमणिग्रीव ग्रीवय इति ख्यातौ श्रियान्वितौ पूरा formerly Narada Shapena, being cursed by Narada Muni. Vrikshatam, the forms of trees, Prapito obtained Madat because of madness. Nalakuvara, one of them was Nalakuvara. Manigriva, the other was Manigriv, Iti, thus Kyato, well known. Shriya Anvito. In their former birth, these two sons, known as Nalakuvar and Manigriv, were extremely opulent and fortunate. But because of pride and false prestige, they did not care about anyone, and thus Narada Muni cursed them to become trees. तो ये जो यमल अर्जुन ट्री थे, ट्री जो थे उनके भगवान के जिसको देख रहे थे, ये लोग एक्चुअली नलकुवर और मणिग्रीव थे जिनको नारद मुनि ने कर्स दिया था ट्री बनने को. And that story comes in the next chapter. Read that. And this ends this 9th chapter. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 10th canto, 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Mother Yashoda Binds Lord Krishna. This chapter ends here. We can take this one. Shall I continue or we can continue tomorrow? What you will say? Okay, कितना है ये summary? Okay, we can read summary to finish tomorrow. Chapter summary. This chapter describes how Krishna broke the twin Arjuna trees from which Nalkuvar and Manigri, the sons of Kuvera, then came out. Nalkuvar and Manigri were great devotees of Lord Shiva, but because of material opulence, they became so extravagant and senseless that one day they were enjoying with naked girls in a lake and shamelessly walking here and there. Suddenly, Narada Muni passed by, but they were so maddened by their wealth and false prestige that even though they saw Narada Muni present, they remained naked and were not even ashamed. In other words, because of opulence and false prestige, they lost their sense of common decency. Of course, it is the nature of the material qualities that when one becomes very much opulent in terms of wealth and a prestigious position, one loses one's sense of etiquette and does not care about anyone, even a sage like Narada. For such bewildered persons, Ahankar Vimuratma, especially deride devotees, the proper punishment is to be given. Punishment is to be again stricken with poverty. The Vedic rules and regulations prescribe how to control the false sense of prestige by the practice of yama, niyam, and so on. Tapasa brahmacharyena samena cha damena cha. A poor man can be convinced very easily that the prestige of an opulent position in this material world is temporary, but a rich man cannot. Therefore, Narada Muni set an example by cursing these two persons, Nalakuvar and Manigriv, to become dull and unconscious like trees. This was a fit punishment. But because Krishna is always merciful, even though they were punished, they were fortunate enough to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Therefore, the punishment given by Vaishnavas is not at all punishment. Rather, it is another kind of mercy. By the curse of Devarshi, Nalkuvar and Manigri became twin Arjuna trees and remain in the courtyard of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, waiting for the opportunity to see Krishna directly. Lord Krishna, by the desire of his devotee, uprooted these Yamana Arjuna trees, and when Nalkuvar and Manigri were thus delivered by Krishna after 100 years of the Devas, their old consciousness revived, and they offered Krishna prayers suitable to be offered by the demigods. Having thus gotten the opportunity to see Krishna face to face, they understood how merciful Narad Muni was, and therefore they expressed their indebtedness to him and thanked him. Then, after circumambulating the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, they departed for their respective abodes. This is in summary the Nalkuvar and Manigriv story, how they were puffed up for villains. They did not even care about Narad Muni when he came in their presence. And Narad Muni gave curse to them, but that was also a blessing because यहाँ पे एक point आ रहा है कि punishment given by Vaishnavas is not at all punishment, but rather it's another kind of mercy because they don't want to see anyone uh, downgrading themselves because of false pride. So their intention is to correct the Jivatma, not they want to punish them so that they they are forever cursed and there is no hope. Here we can see how Narad Muni and Krishna is also actually uh, doing this all because of devotee, because of Narad Muni, because Narad Muni gave this curse so that they get a chance to see Krishna and deliver themselves by seeing Krishna. So we can see all this intention behind doing all these things. Okay, so we'll discuss this tomorrow, verse by verse. For now, we can end this. Any comments, questions?
Prabhu, one question regarding the last discussion. I don't know if there's any references in the Veda base or maybe in some lectures or letters. All living entities who fell from the material, spiritual world were first given the birth of Lord Brahma. So, is there any references?
I don't remember it. Mm, maybe I'll have to search for it. I don't remember it right now. Anybody knows? Vijay Prabhu, you have any idea on this? Any reference?
Not everyone who lives in material world comes first as Brahma. Please remember that. It's not everyone. It is based upon the interest of that particular jiva. He takes that particular form at the very first place. Right.
Yeah, but he's asking for is there any reference for that?
So you mean I'm saying that they can take any form. It's not Brahma.
Okay. हाँ जैसे
जो
क्योंकि
marginal energy जो जीवा है हाँ they can be
आई
form
थिंक
they can
आपके
be
एंड में ना
first time
आपके एंड
born
में
as
लैग है.
some rishi or they can be first. Okay, is it audible now?
नहीं ऑडिबल है आई थिंक बट देयर इज लैग. तो मैं बोलता हूँ फिर वो.
हाँ मैं
एनीवे.
मोबाइल से कनेक्ट किया था मैं इसलिए.
ओके कोई नहीं. ओके ओके. यस टू गो ऑन.
Right. तो it's not that सिर्फ ब्रह्मा जैसा सब लोग ब्रह्मा पहला बर्थ लेता है करके. So it's based upon the desire of that particular jiva, he comes accordingly. That need to be noted.
या
और
या दैट.
ऐसा एक किधर भी स्क्रिप्चराइज्ड एक किधर भी स्क्रिप्चराइज्ड ऐसा है क्या बोले तो द थिंग इज इट्स just here and there in parts and bits and pieces mentioned in different Puranas and Samhitas. But as stated that not everyone will be born as Brahma for the first time.
या नॉट
Clear,
एवरीबॉडी
Krishna?
मस्ट. Yeah, not everybody must be having desire of this creation, taking up this big task of creation.
Yep.
Yeah, but the question would be then, like once one rebels from Krishna Lok or Vaikuntha, wherever one is, uh, they want to be like
Okay.
Krishna, like want to
Krishna,
be. So
Krishna,
you're saying?
Krishna, Krishna, yeah. Krishna, yeah. I don't want to give the answer right now क्योंकि मैंने homework दिया था Thursday. अगर मैं अभी वो आंसर दे दिया तो इधर कुछ लोग हैं वो लोग मेरे को फिर से क्लास में बोलेगा मैंने उन लोग को कुछ होमवर्क दिया था है ना दीप्ति माता जी है क्या ये जो थर्सडे क्लास के लिए कौन कौन आया था कोई है थर्सडे क्लास को आने वाला इधर
I was there, Prabhuji.
हाँ अभी ये चीटिंग करेगी तो फिर मैं अभी आंसर दे दिया तो दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन विच आई आस्क्ड फॉर पीपल टू डू होमवर्क किसी को पूछा क्या अभी तक
Not yet, Prabhuji. Actually, I didn't hear the Premanand Prabhu's question. So I'm not aware of it. I'm
ना
on
ही
and
इज
off.
आस्किंग ऑलमोस्ट द सिमिलर सेम क्वेश्चन इन अ डिफरेंट वे he is asking the same question which I have posed to you folks on Thursday. He is asking the same question in a different way,
Okay.
right? And Krishna, Premanand Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Sorry, I may have asked the question at the
oh,
wrong time. Sorry.
yeah, नहीं नहीं तो फिर मैं बोल रहा हूँ जब तक ये लोग है ना होमवर्क नहीं करेगा तब तक मैं बोल नहीं सकता हूँ
Prabhuji,
राइट
can I know what is
so
Premanand
this is
Prabhuji's question?
something so Krishna से fall down
Okay.
जीवा
Hold on.
falling down from Krishna
Hmm.
अभी समझ में आ गया है ना कृष्ण ये
Yes, Prabhuji.
राइट तो फिर ये अभी आंसर नहीं दे सकता हूँ रीजन इज देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ मिसकंसेप्शन फॉर पीपल इन सर्टेन एस्पेक्ट वो आई वांट टू क्लियर दैट ऑफ इसलिए पहले होमवर्क दिया था लेट अस सी व्हाट दे कम अप विथ फिर बाद में मैं आंसर बोल देता हूँ प्लीज होल्ड ऑन योर क्वेश्चन राइट कृष्णया प्रेमानंद प्रभु
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, as you say. we will wait. I mean, we definitely uh, will wait. And
नहीं
thank you
नहीं,
once again for.
मेरे लिए वेट मत करना। ये लोग होमवर्क टाइम पे कर दिया तो काफी है। ये लोग कितना जल्दी होमवर्क करता है वो देखना है ना मुझे। या बार बार
Yeah,
बोलता है कि कुछ क्वेश्चंस नहीं है, कुछ क्वेश्चंस नहीं है करके। तो
thank
इसलिए
you,
होमवर्क
Prabhu.
करने दो, फिर बाद में
Your
आपने
presence is very
मैं बोल देता हूँ।
important for
क्वेश्चन
us
नहीं है,
all. Thank you.
क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो आपने सीधा उनको पीएचडी लेवल का क्वेश्चन दे दिया।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, पीएचडी लेवल का नहीं रे बाबा। ए, ये श्रवंती माता जी, दीप्ति माता जी, ये लोग है ना, ऋषिका, ये सब लोग जो
Yeah.
आया था उस दिन।
Mm.
आई डोंट नो। अभी ये लोग
They
होमवर्क
they
देके
have
भी 3 दिन हो गया था, बट दे हैवंट रीच्ड आउट टू एनीवन येट।
they have
Prabhuji, you gave the homework
मैंने उन
on
लोग को
Thursday
बोला था साफ
night.
साफ।
You gave the homework on Thursday night, and today is Saturday morning. So we just had only yesterday one day, and it's a working day, so I couldn't approach anyone yet. So on weekends when I come to temple, I can ask.
क्यों बुड्ढे
That
को
is
भी
why.
अप्रोच नहीं किया? बुड्ढे को भी अप्रोच नहीं किया?
Actually, Prabhuji, in the morning I'm at the
बुड्ढे को
workplace, so I
अप्रोच
don't
किया
speak
क्या?
much.
Buddha
Prabhuji
Buddha
कभी
तो
नहीं पूछा।
you are already
मैंने
there.
पूछा।
You are already the most Buddha. Okay.
I couldn't ask because today I'm a bit free, that's why I'm speaking. Otherwise, I'm at workplace, so I don't speak much in the morning. So I couldn't ask Ashraya Prabhuji as well.
ओके ओके। हम्म, राइट। क्वेश्चन का आंसर मैंने कहा है ना, होमवर्क कितने लोग सिंसियरली करता है तब देखता हूँ।
Hmm.
राइट कृष्णा?
Sure, Prabhuji.
प्रेमानंद प्रभु,
Jai Jai
नेक्स्ट
Tulsi
वीक
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
नेक्स्ट वीक आई विल गिव यू नेक्स्ट वीक आई विल गिव यू द आंसर once they tell me their viewpoints, if they have sincerely put on their efforts, इन लोग को आंसर दे देता हूँ। so you will also come to know about it, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
thank you।
हरे कृष्ण। ओके, हम लोग लीलामृत पढ़ लेते 5 मिनट, and then we'll do Damodara Ashtakam and then we'll